Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm really glad that you are here today because I'm going to be doing my second ever makeup tutorial and I'm going to be giving my in-depth review and swatches the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. So I mentioned this in my most recent favorites video. I talked about it in my Sephora haul and I really love this palette. I think you can do a lot of great looks with it. So I asked you guys if you maybe would want to see the in-depth review on the palette and then also a makeup tutorial, and the response was yes, which made me really excited. So this is the look that I came up with today. Smoky eye, slightly blown out, not quite as much as like a really crazy blown out smoky eye, but this is my version of my blown out smoky eye, and I used a lot of the browns from the palette, so I don't know what I'm going to call it yet, but I don't know. It's a brown, blown out, smoky eye in my eyes. So again, this is the look that I created for you guys. Some false eyelashes, which I was super nervous to apply on camera, but we did it, we made it through. And I'm just really excited to bring you something a little bit newer to the channel. I was really nervous when I did my first makeup tutorial, and today I'm really bummed out because it has been raining literally since 4 a.m. this morning. It's now 4 p.m. But it started storming at 4 a.m. this morning and the rain has not let up. We have not seen the sun once. I've gone on no walks with my dog. It's been cloudy and overcast, so I honestly don't think the quality of this video is going to be very good at all because my lighting absolutely sucked, which really sucks when you're doing a makeup tutorial. But I really wanted to get this up for you guys because I've been talking about it so much, and I've recently been starting to get questions about like, when is this video coming? So I really wanted to get it up here for you guys, and I don't think I can film at all the rest of the week because we are just so busy. We're going on another vacation this weekend. We just got back from 3 days in Chicago, and now I'm going to Kansas City this weekend for another concert. We're going to go see the Foo Fighters. So I just really wanted to get this filmed and up for you guys. So I'm sorry the weather just wanted to not cooperate with me. But first I'm going to jump into the review on the palette and show you all the different shades and let you know what I think about them, some of my most loved shades and that sort of thing. So if you would like to see the review and swatches on the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, please keep watching. Okay, so this is what the outer packaging looks like. It looks just like her contour palette. The back does list all of the names of the eyeshadows, which they are all super hard to pronounce. But it lists all the names of the eyeshadows. When you open it up, this is what it looks like. I love the big mirror. I think that comes really in handy. And then these are all of our shades. The palette is supposed to be broken down into 4 different quads. So this quad is supposed to go together, then this one, then this one. This is supposed to be more like the neutral eye, and this is the cool tone, and this is the warm tone, I believe is how it is set up. But I'll just kind of go through each quad at a time. So it also says your top color. These are supposed to be all your base colors. So the first base color is this like yellowish, very neutral shade. That's what it looks like on my finger. It's like, I'm pretty tan right now because I just sat in the sunshine all weekend in Chicago, so it kind of is blending into my skin, but that's what that shade looks like. And then these 3 shades right here, we have this really pretty caramel brown and then a darker shade of brown. And then this one, it is kind of like a white base, but it's not stark white. And it's actually one of my favorite shades. I used these 2 browns today. And then I use that white shade quite a bit. I really like it. So those are what those shades look like. And that's what they look like swatched on my hand. I don't think I have a favorite quad out of this group. I'm finding myself using a lot of them. I really haven't used the base color for this quad because it's so light. I just haven't really found a reason to be able to use it yet. But yeah, so that is the first quad. So then the second one is more on the cool tone side. The base color for this is this really like pale gray color, and I actually really like it. I use it a lot. I used it in today's makeup tutorial. I think it's a really great transition or crease shade. 3 shades. I absolutely love this first gray shade. I use it a lot. I think it's beautiful. Then we have a black shade, which is really good. And then we have, this white shade is more of like the basic, like stark white shade. So those are them swatched on my hand. Again, I love this gray. The black is super black, and of course these are all matte shades. So it's a black matte that you're getting, and then a really beautiful white matte shade. So I think all those colors are super beautiful used together to create a really pretty cool tone eye makeup look. I think would be absolutely beautiful. So yeah, I really, really like that quad. So this is like the warm quad. And again, I absolutely love these colors. This first base shade is like a peachy color, and it is so beautiful. I used it in today's makeup look, and I just think it's gorgeous. I think it's gorgeous as a transition color. It's gorgeous as an eyelid color. It's kind of blending in with my tan skin today, but I think it's such a beautiful shade. This first shade, it's kind of like a reddish brown. I'm hearing that it's a really close dupe to MAC's Brown Script. I don't own MAC's Brown Script, so I cannot tell you that myself, but I've heard several other people comment that they are really similar to each other, and I know MAC Brown Script is a very loved MAC shade, so just want to throw that out there that I have heard that. But I think it's such a beautiful red shade. I find myself going for it a lot. And then we have a deep brown shade. And then almost like, this is another lighter shade, and it's almost kind of like peachy, champagne-y. It's beautiful. I love all of the light shades in here. I think they're gorgeous. So there they are on my finger. And here they are swatched on my hand. Again, absolutely love this quad. I think all the colors are beautiful. I mean, I love all of them. I don't know how to like pick if I have a favorite color out of this palette or if I love one quad more than the other, because I think they are just all so beautiful. There's so many different looks you can do with this. I'm so impressed with this palette. I waited a long time to buy it. I watched so many other review videos and listened to other people, read the reviews, looked at the swatches that other people were sharing, and decided, you know, I am going to go for it. It's $46, so it is a bit of investment, but just knowing I have not repeated a look yet with this palette, and I have used it probably over 10 times, and I have not repeated a look. So there is so much you can do: natural, neutral, smoky, very dramatic. I mean, there's just cool tone, warm tone. There's so much that you can do with it. So I just absolutely love it. I find myself using so many of the shades. The only thing that I don't really love about the palette is how dusty it gets. I put my brush into a shade and swirl it around. It kind of goes everywhere, and I constantly find myself having to blow off the palette. I do mention this in my favorites video too, if you've seen it. That's probably the worst part of it, especially like when I'm blowing the shadows and it's going all over my sink. Then I have to immediately clean my sink or else it looks kind of crazy. So that's the only part that I don't love, but overall, I think this palette is absolutely wonderful. These are all matte shades, so if you are looking to be able to do something that is like sparkly or shimmery, you're not going to get one shade out of here that has sparkle or shimmer in it. They are all matte. They all blend so easily. They work so well together. I love that she gives you ideas with the different quads. The packaging also does come with, I think it's like 9 different eye looks that you can do, and they tell you where to put what color. I think it's absolutely wonderful. Again, it's $46 at Sephora, and I will link it below. I'm really enjoying it, and I give it a big old thumbs up. I would highly recommend this product, and yeah, I just really, really enjoyed it. So those are my reviews on the palette, and if you would like to see how I got this look using this palette, please keep watching. Okay, so first I do want to mention that I have my face totally completed and I have my eye primed, so the only thing that I'll be doing is actually applying the shadows, the liner, lashes, mascara, that sort of thing. But the first shadow that I'm going in with is this peachy color over here. And the names are all really bizarre. I think this is called Lattice, but it's this peachy color. And I'm just putting it on this fluffy blending brush from BH Cosmetics. And it's just gonna be like my transition shade. Like I mentioned, it's really kind of a dusty palette. So I'm just gonna be putting this like all over in the crease of my eye to start off with. Next, I'm going to be taking this gray color here. It's next to the black, I think it's called Shacks. I'm going to be taking that one and I'm going to be putting it on the Sigma blending brush, the E25. And I'm just going to be putting that directly into the crease and kind of blending it out to start to bring some definition to the look. And this brush is really, really good for the purpose that I'm using it for right now, for just blending and blending and blending. It is a really, really good brush for that. I highly recommend it, the E25 from Sigma. And I'm going to be dragging the color just a little bit like up here to start to build the definition of the smoky eye. Next, I'm going to take this brown shade. It's the second from the last. It is called Solace. And I'm going to go in with this BH Cosmetics brush. And it just has, it like comes to a tip and it's kind of a stiffer brush. So not really a blending brush. And I'm just going to like tap the shade just to get a little bit on it. And then I'm going to pat that color right near, it's going to be like in the crease of my eye, but towards the top. I'm just going to pat it in there and kind of, that's where like the definition of the smoky part is going to be. It's going to be with this brown. So I'm just patting it in there. And then I'm just going to very lightly use that same brush and kind of bring it towards the inner eye, but not fully, not all the way. I kind of stop about halfway. And then I'm just going to go back and I'm just going to tap it, drag it just a little bit. Come back in with a clean blending brush. This again is my BH Cosmetics brush. And I'm going to blend that shade in, and I'm going to use like the windshield wiper motions. I'm just going to blend it in. I'm going to build it up because again I want it to be smoked out. So I'm dragging it a little bit past my eye and up. And I'm just going to blend that shade in so there's no harsh lines anywhere at all in the eye. So this is the part where I start to like do the blown out smoky look. And I know like my blown out smoky isn't like super duper blown out like some other people, but honestly I'm just like really starting to get into the smoky eye look. So this is kind of like where my comfort level is right now. So if you're new to a smoky eye or you aren't quite sure yet, I feel like this is a pretty good place to start. I'm not using any blacks. You know, a lot of times when you think of smoky eye, you think of black eyeshadow. I have experimented with the black in this palette a little bit and I do like it, but black still kind of intimidates me. So that's why we're doing the brown smoky eye. So just using that blending brush, gonna blend it back and forth, back and forth. And if you want your look to be darker, you know, obviously this is your makeup look. You can do whatever it is you want with it. But if you want it to be darker, just keep putting the brown on the brush, patting it, blending it. I mean, you can do that as many times as you would like until you get the desired effect that you are going for, because this is your makeup look. This is just an idea and a guide that I'm giving. So next I'm going to fill in the rest of my eyelid. And so I'm going to be going in with this second brown color. I have no idea the name. Citry? Not a clue. These names are so bizarre. And I'm going back in with another BH Cosmetics brush. And it's just kind of like this flat brush. Just regular old eyeshadow brush will do. But I'm going to pick up kind of a lot of that color. And then I'm just patting it all over my eyelid. I'm not going to extend this color out anywhere past my eyelid or above my eyelid. What I kind of like using about these like flat brushes is that I can get it in the crease but know that I'm not going above it. So just all over my eyelid with this shade. From there, I'm just going to go back to my Sigma blending brush, the E25, with no product on it. Should be a clean brush, and I'm just going to start to blend all of that together so there's no harsh lines anywhere. So just blend as often as you need to until you don't have any harsh lines and it's all just a beautiful blended look. When I was doing this makeup look, I thought the brown on my eyelid wasn't really the brown that I wanted it to be. So I came in and just used this first shade called Letitious, maybe. It's this really pretty caramel shade, and I'm just putting it on another flat eyeshadow brush from BH Cosmetics. So just picking up a little bit of that product and tapping it all over my eyelid just to give more of the desired brown effect that I was going for. And then once I have that done, I'm just going back in with my handy dandy blending brush from BH Cosmetics, a clean brush, and I'm just doing a final blend. So just blending it all together again, making sure that new brown shade mixes in well with everything, making sure there's no harsh lines, making sure that the desired smoky and blown out effect that I want is what I wanted, making sure my eyes match up, all those fun things. And this is the point in time where you can look, you can add more colors, you can build up your eyelid color more, you can build up the smoky eye portion more. I mean, just whatever it is that you want to do to get it to the look that you want it, this is the time where you do it. And then I just recommend after every time you add any sort of eyeshadow product, just go back in with your blending brush and blend and blend and blend and blend so it all looks blended and fabulous as the end result. Next, I'm going to be doing my top eyeliner and wing, and I'm using the Maybelline Master Graphic Eyeliner. It is the one with the tip, the one that I've been talking about recently that I love so much, made it in my favorites video. So that's what I'm going to be doing. How I do my winged eyeliner is I first will create the wing, and so I use the thin tip side and I just slowly start to drag it out. And how I do it is the line from my bottom lash, I just kind of follow that line. I don't know, that's the easiest way I can describe it, but that's kind of how I follow it. I just start here and fill it in, connect it along the way, along the top. Then what I do is take the wing that I've created, I go about halfway and I drag it across to meet the rest of my eyeliner, kind of forming that wing. And then I just make sure the tips line up so one's not really far and one's not super short. So just kind of from that wing I created, I just kind of make sure the tip looks good. Are we even? Do we look good? Hopefully we look okay. It's really hard to put eyeliner on camera, I'm not gonna lie you guys. That was hard to do. Okay, next I'm gonna be doing my lower lash line and waterline. And I'm using this NYX, their Jolie gel pencil liner, and I'm going to be putting that in my waterline. And then one of my favorite brushes to do my lower lash line, this is from BH Cosmetics also, but it's flat and it's stiff, and I just think it works so well for a lower lash line. And I'm going to be going in with this shade called Lucius maybe? I'm hearing that it's pretty much an exact dupe for Max Brown Script. I don't have Max Brown Script, but it's a very talked about eyeshadow, so if it is a dupe, then hey, cool. But I'm just putting a little bit on my brush and then smudging it on my lower lash line. And I want to get this, pretty close to the lash line. And to finish out the lower lash line, also by BH Cosmetics, it's bigger than a normal pencil brush, but it comes to that pointed edge as well. I'm going in with this brown shade, the one that I first used all over the eyelid. It's the Sutri shade or something along those lines. I'm just dabbing a little bit on the brush and then sweeping it under the lower lash line, kind of blending that and the first shade together. And I like this brush when I'm doing more of like the smoky lower line look, because I think it just does a really good job at smudging and smoking the shadows out. So now I'm going to move on to false eyelashes, and I wanted to use false lashes for this look just because it's a bit darker and smoky, and I think lashes work well with it, but I wanted to use more of a natural lash. So this is the lash that I'm using, and I do apologize because I've just always had these lashes around, and so I actually don't know which ones they are. I'm pretty sure they're from Ardell because I pretty much buy only Ardell lashes, but I will be doing better. I want to do, more lashes in my videos. This is going to be the first time I'm wearing lashes in a video. And I just wanted to pair lashes with this look, so I thought it would look good. But with the darker eyes, I don't always love really like thick, heavy, dramatic lashes. I kind of like to save those for more natural or just slightly more toned down look. So that's why I went with the more natural. The adhesive that I use, this is from Duo, and it's a dark tone adhesive. I do recommend adhesive versus glue. I absolutely hate eyelash glue. Like, I just hate it. I like using the darker tone because it dries dark versus when I use the white. Sometimes if you use too much or if you don't let it get tacky all the way, then you can see the white, and I don't like it. I think it messes up the eyeliner. I always go for the dark tone, and I get this at just like my local Walgreens. So kind of another tip when you are putting eyelashes on, I put a very thin strip on your strip of your eyelash, and I mean thin. You don't need to pack on adhesive. That's not going to do anything besides probably make it messier. But then I wait about 30 to 40 seconds to let the adhesive get tacky, because if you put it on too wet, it's going to smear. It's going to be everywhere. So you want to let it get tacky before you actually apply the eyelash. I don't know if you can see, like, that's how thin of a layer I put on, because I just don't think that you need a lot. And then you can kind of blow on it. Don't put adhesive on your eyelash and then immediately stick it on your eye, because you're going to have adhesive everywhere and it's not going to be cute. I'm also kind of nervous to put eyelashes on camera, because that's going to be the first time I'm doing this and I have no idea how it's going to work out. I am going to try to use my tweezers, but usually, honestly, I just use my fingers. A lot of people swear by using tweezers, or they get excited when they use their fingers to apply false lashes. That's the easiest way for me, but I'm going to really try to go the tweezer route, so maybe you can see more of what I'm doing versus if I just have like my hands all up in there, but we'll see how it goes. Okay, so I don't think that was the best eyelash application I've ever done in my entire life, but it didn't turn out as bad as I thought it would go. Okay, now that that's finished, I'm just going to be going in with my mascara, and I'm using the Lancome Hypnose Drama mascara. Just when I use lashes, I don't feel like I need to use like one of my more favorite mascaras, because I feel like the lashes do a lot of the work. Some people are really against putting mascara on fake eyelashes. For me, I feel like my fake eyelashes look silly if I don't have mascara on top of them as well. So I usually use them. I think it does make your eyelashes not last as long, but I still get 3 to 5 uses out of every single lash that I own, even when I put mascara on them. So I'm okay with it. So I'm just going to add this to my top and bottom lashes. Okay, so this is the final result. I really hope that you enjoyed not only the makeup tutorial part of this video, but I hope you liked the review on the swatches of all the different shades and the breakdown of the palette. It's one that I really love, one that I highly recommend. So I had a lot of fun filming this for you, especially the makeup tutorial, even though my weather isn't exactly quite working out for me, but I hope you were able to still get the gist of what it was that I was doing. But with so many different shades and so many different looks that you can do with this palette, I hope you you know, maybe find some inspiration from the look that I did, but then, you know, create your own as well. If you did enjoy this video, please do give me a thumbs up and let me know. And please subscribe if you have not. If there is any other makeup tutorials that you would like to see me do, please just comment below and let me know what they are. If you have any other specific questions about the palette, please just ask away and hopefully I can answer them or try to find the answers to them. That's all I have to say. I'm exhausted. I didn't quite remember how tiring it is to film a makeup tutorial, and I've been sitting here for almost 2 hours now, so I'm going to get back to my day. I hope you have a wonderful one. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.